Hi everyone, Carlos Madrid. If you click the link in my bio, you kind of had an idea of what this video is about. Some of you have no idea how we started fast, how I came up to do this. You just know it's because you're a client of ours. You became friends of, one of our friends, and then became friends with us, etc. To start, I played baseball, University of Nevada, played here at Reed and Sparks. Had a lot of accolades, a lot of et cetera, like everyone else. Division I baseball, played minor league baseball after that. Can't lie, I could go on about so-and-sos in the majors that I played with, but just wasn't good enough to make it. Tore my hamstring my last year really badly, and that put a damper on kind of my game that I used to play. So, but yeah, no excuses. I just wasn't good enough to make it. I couldn't perform in front of the right people, put too much pressure on myself, etc. So had to become an adult, and at the time I was living in San Diego. Got into fitness. I didn't know what else to do. I didn't want to get quote unquote real jobs yet, like some people may have wanted me to. And so I got into fitness, and from there, got my girlfriend pregnant at the time, who became my wife, who is the mother of my two beautiful girls who are 5 and 7, Lucy and Sophie. Then she became my ex-wife, but along the way, I got into fitness. And so fitness, it was kind of off and on because it's a tough world to be in if you don't know, if you're not willing to put yourself out there, kind of like this. If you're not willing to, network and meet people and talk to people and kind of get out of your own way in terms of ego, and also grind and work. Now, this company, Phorm, that I'm trying to be a part of, is really a company that just stresses the fact that you aren't going to get anything in life unless you work for it. Some of you are like, yeah, bullshit. Like, I know my friend who had a trust set up for him when he was 18 and became a millionaire. Yeah, most of the time those are shitty people, if we know those people. But I know a couple of people who are given a lot, and they're still very hard workers, and they just took what they were given and built off of it. And so not all of us are that lucky. I grew up in a house with a dad who was a cop my entire life, LA County Sheriff, Reno PD, a mom who was obviously we all think our moms are the best, hopefully, but best mom in the world, supported me through everything. Dad was a little more realistic in terms of work, have insurance, have retirement, all of the above. And he was a realist, to where if he didn't think I had a real job or wasn't going anywhere, he'd tell me straight to my face on my birthday, which he did one year: when are you going to get a real job? When are you going to quit playing minor league baseball in Canada and get a real job? Quit effing around, basically. So that's what I did. I moved my pregnant wife at the time, and we moved to Reno, back to Reno from San Diego, where I was living, because I didn't have any other options, really. Lived with my parents, moved back home at 25 years old after I was done playing baseball. Quit fitness altogether because it was too hard. I couldn't put myself out there enough. I was too embarrassed, too much ego, too much whatever. Started working at UPS, hated it. Got involved with underprivileged youth, and this was actually the door really that swung everything open for me, or this is really the outlet, the job that swung that door open for me, let's put it that way. Working for the Children's Cabinet and Kathleen Sandoval, who is an amazing woman who helped me out a ton. And I really came across some people back home in Reno, where I grew up, that really sparked my mind again to get back into fitness. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm kind of a big fish in a little pond out here, where I was, so let me start this all over again. Started at Children's Cabinet working with gang kids and drug and alcohol, kids with drug and alcohol problems, and came across all of my old athlete buddies from the University of Nevada. A lot of them were working at the Children's Cabinet at the time. One in particular, Jeremiah Milan, JJ Milan, who played football at Nevada, and then for the Raiders, Colts, and Bears. Just a huge person in my life. He's more like a brother than a friend. And we basically one day just happened to be at our mutual friend's business, and I was actually asking that mutual friend for money to start a gym. JJ was there just hanging out, followed me onto the parking lot, and was kind of like, hey, I got some money left over from the NFL. Why don't you let me start this with you? Match made in heaven. We barely knew each other. We were acquaintances, friend of a friend, and he gave me a check for $4,000. I bought what I could and started training. He was just about to have his first son, so he joined me probably about 2 months later. We were in a 700 square foot building with battle ropes, gladiator walls, about 200 pounds worth of kettlebells, about 100 pounds worth of med balls, 2 Bulgarian bags, and a couple hurdles, and trained in a 700 square foot batting cage for about 8 months, and then started making our way up. People loved our boot camps. People liked us. Loved JJ, liked me. I'm a little hard to get along with sometimes. You'll probably get to know that, but and then just kept moving up, kept grinding, kept working. I was still living with my parents, about to have my second kid at this point in time, and just kept working, working through all the hardships, all the self-inflicted issues that I put on myself in terms of family and my marriage at the time, etc., and really grew as a person throughout that time. And so now we're in a 6,500 square foot facility. We have 5 trainers. We have a client list of upwards of 250, 300 people. We have a mixed martial arts training facility, training headquarters within our facility. We are located at a physical therapist training facility, at the physical therapist office, actually. And so really everything you could ask for, and we're still growing nonstop. And so besides a business owner, I've always challenged myself from an athlete standpoint. I'm an athlete at heart. I'll always be an athlete, and so that's why I'm entering the athlete search, is because I've always wanted something, if it wasn't my own, I always wanted something to rep that made me happy, that I believed in. And there's tons of fake fitness people out there. There's tons of fake everything out there. And so somebody that's going to keep it real like Andy and really talk about, all the BS behind, if you pray for this, if you share this post, if you do this, money will come your way. If you do whatever, money will come your way. The only way it's going to come your way is if you work for it. The only way happiness is going to come your way is if you practice what you preach. The only way, good things are going to happen to you is if you do good things in the world. And so that give and take, that respect for the grind is why I want to be a part of this company so badly, I guess, and why I'm making this video, why I'm telling my story, kind of a short version of my story, and why I'll keep going nonstop until it's over, until either I get picked or don't get picked. If I don't get picked, it's not going to hurt me one way or the other. I'll just try again next year, or I'll try for the coaches one, I'll try for the trainer one, whatever they have, I'll keep trying to be a part of the company until I get picked. Let's put it that way. So First Phorm, if you're watching, I'm going to keep trying and keep sending messages, keep tagging your athletes until I spark something in your minds. It's like, hey, let's take First Phorm out to Reno, Nevada, out to Sparks, Nevada. Let's let this guy run with it and see what happens. Now, somebody who I forgot who's been super pivotal in my career and my personal life is Brianne Edmonds, who actually tried to do the athlete search last year. She was my client. She's my best friend in the world. She's my girlfriend right now. Not right now, like she's not going to be soon, but she might be more soon. So that's why I said right now. But yeah, she's huge in the support system, in the training side. She helps me and JJ out a ton, and she actually encouraged me to do this because she thinks that, hey, I know how you are. I know how First Phorm is. I follow everyone that is a part of them, and you'd be great for it. So I see a lot of the guys that are part of First Phorm, and they're kind of roughneck, crazy type of guys that work hard, very similar to myself and a lot of my friends that we hang around with, very respectable people, but we like to challenge ourselves in every which way we can. And so I think I'll fit great. A lot of people will think I'll fit great also once they get to know me. A lot of people will hate on this and talk badly about it, and of course those are the people who make us do it, right? And they're never going to stop us from doing it. So shout out to you guys, because that's what's going to drive us all to keep going in the long run anyways. So thanks for listening if you watched all of this, because it's probably a lot. I tend to be long-winded at times, if you know me. My staff at Fast All knows that. So, but share it if you can, help me out, and yeah, let's show these people what Carlos Madrid is all about. If you call me Bub, I'll respond also, because my dad's name is Carlos as well. So Bub was the best I could come up with when I was a little kid. But how old am I? 34 years old. Birthday coming April 4th. I'll be 35. So have a great business, a great family, and yeah, I want to be a part of First Phorm in any way, shape I can. So yeah, not necessarily a voting thing, but yeah, support me by sharing it, and we'll go from there. So thank you very much, and hope to hear from you soon.